And I wasn't introduced to entrepreneurship, though. I wasn't introduced to having my own business. In fact, I thought being a business owner was for special people, for wealthy people already, for people who grew up differently from me. I really did not think it was something that could happen for me. And so I got started, I got introduced completely by accident to the profession of network marketing and direct sales, and decided, you know, what do I have to lose? I learned a long time ago that you have to do something different to get something different. And I really was willing to make that choice. And so I got involved, took a chance, and my life completely changed. 20 years ago, I started working in this profession, and I just wanted to see if I could get my investment back. That's really it. I really just wanted to see if it will work enough to get my investment back. And not only that, I actually made an extra $1,000 my first month. I had people join my team. My second month, I worked part-time, made an extra $1,500, and then I was off to the races. I went on to work my business to where I was able to make more money part-time from home than I was able to make jelly full-time in a factory, which was my job. And so after I was able to walk away from my job, I really committed myself to being the best that I can be, helping others do the exact same thing. And I've committed myself to this profession of network marketing and direct sales because I do believe it's the doorway to entrepreneurship. The thought of free enterprise, and anyone can join, regardless of your background, your education, your influence level. But I'm very much committed to doing just that. So I became a #1 income earner. I've earned 8 figures in this profession. And now I coach, consult for companies, I speak, and I help people take this vehicle to help them transform themselves from the inside out and change their lives. So in a nutshell, that's me. I'm no different from anyone else. Wanted something more, and this profession helped me get it.
All right, that was awesome. If you're having problem hearing, you can indicate in the chat box. If you are having a feedback on the call, you can indicate it in the feedback, your feedback in the chat box. If you are hearing clearly too, you can let us know that everything is on course. Because of you, we are here. Without you, we cannot be here, and with you, we can achieve success. That was great from Madam Tiffaney. And then you said we should do more of a question and answer. So I've compiled some few questions that we are going to deal with today when it comes to our business. And because these are the things we learn every day from the top earners like yourself, Eric Worre, Todd Fraconi, Mr. Jarrod, Simon Chan. All these great personalities have certain things in common. So why network marketing? What would you tell someone? Why would you advise someone to choose network marketing?
Well, first of all, it's because I honestly believe the world needs it right now. I believe now more than ever, people need to be looking at our profession for a few reasons. #1, a lot of people are having to supplement income or have been deemed non-essential or are having an issue with earning extra income. And
All right, let's go.
all right. Okay,
Sorry, I
we're
was
back. So
feedback, so I have
why
to mute.
network marketing? I'll just say number one, because I believe entrepreneurship, owning your own business literally helps people think in different ways. It opens up a different part of you that unlocks potential, unlocks your critical thinking. It actually takes you to another place with accepting rejection, being able to overcome obstacles, and also to lead people. It increases your communication skills, and it also allows you to earn money while you're doing all of that. You know, when I first joined this profession, they used to say you can earn while you learn. And I love the fact that network marketing is amazing because you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. When I got started 20 years ago, I didn't know how to speak really well. I wasn't a great leader. I had very poor people skills, very little personal development, if any at all. And I really was very pessimistic. But I was still able to sign up with a very low investment. It cost me literally $300 to start in network marketing that made me over $15 million over my career. And so, and it was a $300 investment. So more the investment of money, it was the investment of time and my willing to invest in myself to become better. So I believe people need to join network marketing. If it were up to me, everyone would join our profession for at least a year. Everybody should join it because it makes you learn to work with people better. It allows you to take a risk. It allows you that you see that you can do more than what maybe you've been taught to do. And it helps you appreciate enterprise. And I believe if more people understood operating a business, then they would take greater chances for themselves financially as well. Now, I believe in 2020, everybody should be looking at network marketing, the vast majority of people, because we are in a situation now that so many people don't know how they're going to bring in income. They really don't know what they're going to do. We saw with the pandemic, a lot of people's jobs were gone. A lot of people have been replaced by automation. I live in Las Vegas. 300 people, residents in Nevada, are facing eviction because they've been deemed redundant. If they have a job, they're not working the same hours. They can't bring in income the same. So what does a person do right now? Do they wait for a company to say, we'll hire you back? Or do they start something of their own? And I'm of the opinion, start something of your own. And the beauty of network marketing is you don't have to come up with the product. That's okay. You can sell someone else's. You don't have to come up with the compensation. That's okay. You can use someone else's. You don't have to create accounting or websites. You can use someone else's. So with all you have to have is a burning desire, a willingness to work, and being coachable and teachable. You can plug into a vehicle that will allow you to earn, allow you to learn, and allow you to help others do the same. And that could be the beginning of changing your life and your family's lives for generations to come. So I believe right now, more than ever, with what's happening in our world, people need to have something of their own. They need to stop thinking that they can rely on an employer or a government, and they need to take matters into their own hands. And where I believe starting a traditional business is amazing, you can join network marketing with a very low cost of entry, a very small amount of money, and do it part-time your way, and it can literally change your life, because that's what happened for me. 20 years ago, I was a factory worker trying to climb someone's corporate ladder. Today, I'm a millionaire that works from home when I want, the way I want, and I get a chance to do that on my own terms. So why network marketing? If I had tried to start my own traditional business, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I would have been able to do it. I did not know about products. I did not know, I couldn't get a small business loan. I didn't have tons of money to invest tens of thousands of dollars or more to start a traditional business or get a franchise. But I was able to take $300 and a handful of hours my first month. And I was able to make $1,000 my first month, build a tiny little team, even though I didn't know about personal development, even though I didn't have great communication or leadership skills, and even though I had pessimism still running through my veins, that first $1,000 became exactly the social proof, the proof that I needed that I could have more, do more, and be more. And it sent me on a 20-year quest to not only help myself, help other people around the world start more businesses, make millions and millions of dollars, but also be able to start other businesses and help people around the globe do the exact same thing. So why network marketing? It is the easiest, it is the fastest way for you to prove to yourself and others that you can have what you say you want. And that's why I believe people need to join that.
That's awesome. You see, I was clapping, I was actually soaking it. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, if you are, in fact, we are just taking off. When the two radical titans meet, it's going to be a war. So if you are ready to take off with us, with her, let her know in the chat box, we are about to take off. Just type in the chat box, we are about to take off. Now, this aspect was to let, there are people on the call, there are people joining as well who are not part of any company. I intentionally get them in on the call for them to hear. It seems that, like the Bible says, a prophet is not respected in his hometown. Most of our friends around us on the continent of Africa don't actually know why we are doing what we are doing, why they must do it, or why we are doing, and the destination we are heading towards. So I am so much enthused and I'm so much pleased that you just seal that for a lot of people who got their prospect on this call. I always tell my fellow leaders that it's not only about you have to say a presentation before you show a prospect a plan. So this is a learning section for the prospect as well. Any possible chance you get to meet a top earner, a top leader from your country, from other places to talk about the industry, you have to be smart enough to get your prospect in it. Now, today, I don't want to do much for the men. I want to do much for the women. So how did you personally, how were you able to deal with certain issues? I've been getting complaints from some of my leaders who are ladies that any man they try prospecting, talking to about the business, they end up trying to propose love to them, someone go out with them. How did you deal with such issues when you started your business as a lady?
So I'm going to answer that question first, and I'm going to go back to people who are taking a look at network marketing for the first time here. But let me just say this. When it comes to women prospecting men, it's a few things. I went through an emotional roller coaster dealing with that. I was always afraid that I was doing something wrong to make a man treat me a certain way. So I went through these phases where I was prospecting everyone, and I was excited. Talk to men, talk to everyone, because this is an incredible business. And men would ask me out on dates. Men would, let's go to lunch and talk about business. And you think you're talking about business, but it's not the type of business you want to talk about. And I blamed myself for it. But here's something you have to understand. Light attracts all types of people. Power, beauty, light attracts all type of people. It is not your fault that they're attracted to you. So it's not up to you about, if you didn't do anything wrong in attracting, it's not about what you attract, it's what you entertain. All right? It's not about what you attract, it's what you entertain.
It's not what you attract.
So here's what I mean by that. At first, I was right. It's not what you attract, because light attracts darkness. Good attracts bad. If you are shining bright, you are powerful, walking in your purpose, doing what you're going to do, what you need to do, what you've been put on this earth to do. All kinds of good, bad, and indifferent people are going to show up to be able to pull off of that, to be able to get a piece of that. But it's not your fault that they're attracted. It is your fault what you entertain. So here's what I learned a long time ago, because I went through it. I actually stopped wearing makeup when I was building my business, because it started happening so much. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, maybe it's me. Maybe I should not be attractive. Maybe I should look more masculine so the men won't find me attractive and we can talk business. That didn't matter either. So here's what happened. I stopped wearing makeup. I stopped wearing colors. I started just pulling my hair back in a really tight ponytail or a bun. I started wearing like big boxy clothes that didn't show my shape. I started doing all of that. And you know what? They still was acting up because it had nothing to do with me. It had everything to do with them. So here's the things that I started doing differently. When I approached a man, a prospected a man, I honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I stopped prospecting single men or men by themselves. I would prospect couples. All right. I would prospect couples. I would prospect a man who was with his woman. I would start with her and bring him in. If I ended up working with a man, I would immediately ask to meet his wife or his girlfriend. I would say, oh my goodness, we have such powerful couples building this together. You guys remind me of this power couple in my company. And so I would immediately let them know, I see you as a couple. I don't just see him, I see both of you. If I met him alone, and I would immediately tell him, oh, you remind me of my boyfriend. You remind me, even if I didn't have one, I always had one. You remind me of my boyfriend. You remind me of my fiance or the man that I'm dating. I will always let him know that I'm not talking to you because I want you. I'm talking to you so we can do business. And so I would tell him that he reminded me of the powerful men I work with, my boyfriend, my fiance, my husband, whatever. And if I didn't have one, he still reminded me of the one I was planning on getting, because I just had to let him know this was not about anything else. Then I would immediately ask about his woman, his wife, his sister, his girlfriend, his fiance, to let him know we're not going there. Now, if he did then try to go here, I just did this line. If he said, oh yeah, maybe we could do lunch, or maybe I could take you out on a date, I would just say, hey, look, this is about business. I promise you, I can help you way more in business and making money than you gonna get far with me, okay? You could go farther in this business than you can with me. So I just need to know, are you open to business, or are you trying to do something else? And if he was like, well, you know, I'm doing well for myself, I just thought maybe we could go out, I would be like, okay, it's not for you. And I would walk away from it. And I started wearing my makeup again. I started wearing stuff that I liked. I started doing my hair again. And I just stood up for me. I had boundaries. And this is just where it was going to go. So I immediately partner, and I immediately let them know if they tried to flirt that way, that's not where this is going. And I was willing to walk away from it, because there are too many people on this planet, too many people in your city, too many people in your community that need this, that you don't have to compromise your respect to try to get a sale. All right. So that's exactly how I did it. That's what I did with those men, and my business exploded. I really worked well with couples. I would bring the woman in. If I ever meet a man, I always ask about his wife or his girlfriend or significant other. If she is there, even if she's not really building the business, I always bring her into the conversation. I always ask her what she liked best. I always ask her what she did, because I need them to know I don't really want him. I need y'all. And even if she never works the business, if she feels respected, if she feels heard, if she feels supported, what's going to actually happen is that will make him stronger in building in your team. But if she's feeling some kind of way, like, oh, you like him or anything like that, she's going to give him hell at home, and nobody's going to win. So those are the tactics that I use. I always built with couples, whether she was active or not. I always asked about her. I got her number. I'd invite her to everything that we did. So she felt I was her girlfriend, and I wasn't trying to be his girlfriend. I said, look, I like a better chance of going far in business than you have with me. I'm doing business right now. Which one you want to do? Because if you don't want to do business, I'm going to move on. And I accepted it as a no, and I go on to the next person. So those are the things that I did. And let me say this last thing. I did not cover up who I was. All right. I went through a phase where I went very much into my masculine energy. I went very much into trying to operate like a man, talk to men like a man, act like a man, just to make them feel comfortable. So they saw me as an equal business partner instead of seeing me as a woman or a cute girl or someone they can flirt with. But what I realized is that the way they acted had more to do with them than it had to do with me. And so I just made sure I wasn't flirtatious. I made sure I was postured confidently. And they weren't the type of person I needed to do business with. And I was able to stay very feminine, do my little dress up, do my hair and makeup, and be me, and still run the whole show. And those are the strategies I use. And men never became an issue again. They don't even bother me. And I don't know, they might like me or they might not. And if they do, I just let them know we're here to do business. And if you're trying to do something else, that's not what's happening. So I just go on with my life, and my business has exploded in spite of it, or because of it.
That's so awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Ladies, if you are on the call, and you are getting value, just type in the chat box, value. In fact, in capital letters, value. Today we are so provoked that we need to clear all our doubts. Let's everything from the video we watch. Yes, I want to see from the chat box, especially from the ladies. I can see Deborah, I can see Ramatu, I can see Folake, I can see, in fact, Evelyn, I can see Araba. In fact, Madam Tiffany, when were you born?
Where was I born?
A date, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Are you a Saturday born, Wednesday born, Monday born?
Oh. I don't know.
I want to give
wow,
you
that's a really great question. Now you're going to make me go try to figure it out. I want to say, I don't know. I think I was born on a Sunday, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. I just know my birthday's coming up, and I know it's September 1st. My birthday's September 1st. The day, I don't know, but you know, every day is that's my born day. I'm grateful for it. So I don't know, and I missed the meaning on that, but now you're gonna make me figure it out.
Okay, I just want to give you a Ghanaian name before we close the call. Now that's awesome. I love the way you handle the men who always trying to disturb you instead of focusing on the business you are showing them. That's a lot of value. That's a lot. I can see the ladies on the call are so happy, and we almost getting over 160 plus people. People are still sending messages. Some are still trying to join. I said they should keep joining. Probably it's their network. So we are taking off. In fact, we are almost about to. We are still climbing. You know. So the next question I want to ask, or the next topic we want to deal with is, before then, I want to appreciate one more time all my, I guess is my direct upline. In fact, my sponsor is on the call. My sponsor is on the call. The sponsor is on the call. So I'm so happy. The lineage continues to about my sixth sponsor, which I was able to trace to know, and from Mr. Kwabna Yeboah to Papa Solo to Papa Neg, Bombastic, Mama Titi, all the big leaders in the industry are on the call, and I so appreciate all of you. Mr. Tambo, who hosted you last in Nigeria, is on the call. So I am so happy. We do a lot of things together because we love your story, we love your actions, we love the way you attack issues, the way you address issues when it comes to our enviable and noble industry. So we want you to tell us what are some of your biggest challenge you've ever faced, the biggest ever faced, and how you've handled it.
That's a really great question. I have faced a lot of challenges in this profession, and I'll tell you, the first really big challenge what I realized was myself. I was my biggest obstacle. All right. And what I mean is it was always my mindset. It was always my thinking that either didn't help me or did help me. And so I learned that my lack of people skills, my willingness, my lack of coachability, or just my perspective on always needing to be right, that was really my biggest obstacle. So in many different situations, I was my biggest challenge. And when I did what Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your business, as I got better, it was amazing how much better everyone and everything got better around me. So I've learned that I am the source of overcoming. I will tell you recently, about 4 or 5 years ago, my marriage ended. I was married for over a decade, and he didn't want to be married anymore, and he forgot to tell me. So I find myself at the height of my career, making more money than I've ever made in my life. I find myself going through a divorce. And I will be honest, that was, I think in the past 20 years, that was the greatest challenge for me. Even though my father had passed, I've lost my father, my sister, and my mom. The reason why the ending of my marriage was the hardest challenge was because it was about humiliation and rejection and betrayal, right? And so I had to go through the fact that someone who under covenant had said he would be there for me just changed his mind and went and did something else. And so that was really big because I had to reinvent me. I had to find myself again. I had to decide who I was and how I was going to come out of this. And so that was a very, very dark challenge. But because I had worked on myself for over 15 years, because I had worked on myself in my personal development, in my leadership, in my communication, a lot of what I learned, I was able to use on me. So instead of teaching someone else, all the stuff that I had been teaching for all those years, I retaught it to myself. I applied it to myself. And I came out, quite honestly, who you see right now is the result of me overcoming my obstacles, turning my obstacle into my opportunity. And that is my new mantra. That is my new slogan in 2020 is the obstacle is the opportunity. In fact, I'm writing a book now, and my book will be out this fall, The Obstacle. That's right, Keisha. And I see Diva Falaki is here too. The obstacle is the opportunity. And the reason why I say that is because everything that was designed to destroy me, everything that was designed to deter me, everything that was designed to make me doubt myself, all of those things, when I reframed it, instead of looking at it as an obstacle trying to keep me down, and I looked at it as an opportunity to help me level up and go even higher, I came out wiser, smarter, better, cuter, all on the other side. So I just believe that when I learned to deal with me early in my career, it prepared me to deal with my divorce. And coming out of that divorce, even with pandemic, even with 2020 being the way it is, my business is exploding. I'm helping other people's business explode. I'm helping other people reframe their mindset, their language, and transform themselves from the inside out with the simple mindset shift of this obstacle is my opportunity. And I'm going to go back to this, where you said there are people who are here and they're not in a network marketing business. One thing that I want people to understand is that maybe network marketing is not for everyone as a career. But right now in 2020, with what has happened, with these shared obstacles that we've all had from the pandemic, from borders being closed, from countries and cities and communities being shut down, from domestic violence being at an all-time high, from suicide being at an all-time high, from unemployment being at an all-time high. And we are all in different countries around the world, and pretty much we all can relate to this. Things that are brought on from pandemic and from protests and from politics. One of the things that I realize is that when we get a chance to reframe our thinking and take everything that comes at us as not a good thing and we turn it into a great thing, instead of looking at it as an obstacle, which makes you feel down or defeated, and you look at it as an opportunity that can level you up and make you better, That right there is what network marketing has done. So there are a lot of people who are out of work, and that obstacle, they have gone and found an opportunity and used that opportunity to pay bills, to take their families to another level. People who were deemed non-essential, that was an obstacle. Network marketing helped them turn that into an opportunity. People who were facing eviction, that was an obstacle. Network marketing has helped them turn that into an opportunity. People who were facing issues within their home, that was an obstacle, but this profession has grown them, so now it is an opportunity. And whenever you can turn an obstacle and see that obstacle as an opportunity, you now can walk in power. You are no longer a victim, you are a victor. You get a chance to walk in power and purpose because opportunity gives hope. Opportunity gives you a chance. Opportunity gives you a guide and a pathway to being better and going to another level. And network marketing is doing that for people. So for anyone who is on this, who's never considered network marketing, let me just tell you, I totally understand. 20 plus years ago, I grew up with a very low opinion of network marketing. I did not want to grow up and be Miss Network Marketer, direct seller, okay? I went to college. My mom and dad said, this is not for people with education. I had no desire to do what I did, all right, what I've done for 20 years, to do what I'm doing today and coaching people in it. So I get it, but let me tell you what the part that they don't tell you. Let me tell you what network marketing does that people don't really get a chance to hear about. Network marketing puts you in a situation where you have choices. Network marketing puts you in a situation where you can be in the driver's seat. Network marketing makes you the designer of your own destiny. It literally allows you to be the captain of your ship. And for those people who are like, well, I don't want to make money off your friends. Well, everybody else is making money off of them. You might as well help them with some good products and get paid for it too. For all those people who are like, well, it's a pyramid. That's lack of education. Okay, that's just a lack of education. All right, because people don't understand that what you're talking about is the structure. But every institution in the world is a pyramid. There is the Catholic Church, and he at the top, and all that at the bottom. That's a pyramid. That's your CEO, the vice presidents, and everybody, the employees underneath. That's a pyramid. You name any school, the principal, headmaster, everybody underneath, that's a pyramid. It is just a structure. It was just a structure. The pyramid that you've been taught to fear is one really of people laundering money, not having real products, and trying to make money off of people without advancement, without work. And in network marketing, we still do the work. We work on ourselves and we work on our businesses. Now, let me just say this. Some of us are not very attractive network marketers. And you know how I know? Because I've been doing this for 20 years and I wasn't an attractive network marketer when I first got started. Like literally, I was not attractive. You probably wouldn't have wanted to join me. But because of the nature of this business, because we get a chance to earn while we learn, because we don't have to be ready-made, because we don't have to be top-notch, because we don't have to be the best at what we do to get started, because you don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. I was able to make money part-time as I got better, as I learned more. See, in college, you go in debt trying to get better. In network marketing, you get paid while you get better. And it just reinforced my belief in myself and what I could do. It started with just my community. Now it is what I do for the world. So for anyone who's wondering, if you have ever thought about it and thought against it, let me make a plea that you don't join. I'm not saying join. I'm saying whoever invited you to this, take a serious look. Don't judge them. Don't judge what you heard. Actually take an educated look at our profession. Look at the fact that it is one of the strongest business models in the world. Look at the fact that it takes ordinary people and help them lead extraordinary lives. Look at the fact that it has created more millionaires in the world than even real estate. Look at the fact that it is billions of dollars, like $17+ billion a year industry. And it takes people who have no education. It takes homemakers, waiters and waitresses, school teachers, CEOs, real estate investors, and high school dropouts and factory workers just like me. Take a look at what could I have done that would have taken me with a college degree and working in a factory on third shift to being a millionaire before the age of 40. You tell me what industry out there can do that for me and what industry out there is knocking on your door to do it for you. And please don't underestimate the power of this industry because it has come from your friends. Don't underestimate the power of this industry because it has come from a coworker or a neighbor or your aunt or your bestie. Do not underestimate the power of this industry because it came from a regular person and not some supermodel, some investor, some politician, or some influencer. In fact, that is the power of this industry. The fact that it came from somebody you already know just proves that you can do it too, and it is something we can all lift each other up. And I'm gonna finish with this. 2020 is a year that people have to think differently. If this year hasn't done anything else, it has shown us we better be prepared and think out of the box. And if you don't have an income stream, if you don't have a way to make money, if you don't have a way to save time, if you don't have a way to work for you, and you sitting around waiting for a government, a politician, a CEO, a philanthropist, or some Nobel Prize winner to help you change your life, you better go talk to your friend because these folks don't have answers. They just have pundits. These people don't have solutions. They just have words to say on TV. And these people don't have your best interest at heart all the time, but your best friend might just want y'all to get rich together. So I'm just asking you to not doubt us because we used to make jelly in factories or we work side by side with you. In fact, I want you to look at us because we know you, we love you, we care about you, and we are right here with you. So all I'm going to say is you need to take a serious look at this because I have some of my divas. I have a group coaching. And some of my divas are here. Diva Kanisha, Diva M is here, Diva Falaki is here. And we are women who are lifting each other up in this space. And these divas have actually made thousands of dollars from home, still raising their kids, still supporting their husbands, still going through death and loss like everybody else. But because they made a decision that may not have been popular, because they made a decision that a lot of people didn't understand, because they made a decision to do something different and think out of the box, 2020 is their best year while other people around them are having their worst. And if you can't say that, then you need to go get with the person who invited you and you need to take a look at this industry and what they're doing. And with that, my friend, I'm gonna turn it back over to you.
Boom! That is enough fire. I'm just short of words. Now, we in fact, we are at a steady and level flight because we watched something about flight before we started this game. Now we are a steady flight, steady and stable flight. You can take off your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. But what I want to let you know once again is that I don't joke with gratitude. I am so grateful to Madam Tiffaney. In fact, I sent you a message. You just read the message. You said, "Oh, I'm in. Give me your date and time." I said, "No, I am asking. So you give me your date and time, and you give me your time." So I was supposed to be somewhere. A lot of people, but that is how important we will see the day, this event, the decisions to be made to be here as it stands now. We are so grateful for your time, for everything, for the knowledge, for the value you are giving us. In fact, we are more provoked. We can't just wait for this call to be over for us to start following up on our prospects, calling our prospects, showing up the plan, getting our new prospects started. So once again, I want to say congratulations to my leaders who supported me in those of you who did the flyers, those who put the messages, the contents together, how we are going to go about it, from Fosca, to Sani, to Bright, to Richmond, Richard, to Bentil. In fact, everybody from Mauli, from Obuasi, all of you, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. All the people in Kumasi, the team in Zambia, South Africa watching, worldwide, UK, US. We are grateful for your knowledge, for your time, and everything you are giving out for us. My next point is that, what is your message? How did you deal with other leaders in our industry, which when they leave one company, they want to tear down that company to build another company? How do you go, or what is your message? What is your advice? Were you, I ask straightforward questions just like you are. You ask a lot of, I don't want to believe, or I want to ask, have you ever in any point in time wanted to bring in a leader from a different company, then you have to go and spoil that company to that leader, that this company is this, is that, company A is not good, company B is not like this, therefore leave and come and join me? If yes or no, why did you do that? If no, why didn't you do it? And what is your message to those people, those type of leaders in our industry? Because we want to attract outsiders into our industry. So if we keep fighting ourselves within, spoiling each other, cutting each other down, how then are we going to look attractive? So what's your message? What should we do to those people?
Well, there's many parts to that. So let me just start with number one. That's never going to go away, because there's always going to be the mindset that it's easier to rob someone else of theirs than to build their own. There are only two ways to have the tallest building, okay? Build your own or tear someone else's down. And a lot of people want it fast. They want it quick. They don't want to do the work that it takes to build people up. So you're always going to have the robbers and the looters who are going to actually pick people off and rip apart an organization. The second part of that is the reason why people leave is because they are not, they're not happy. They're not happy with themselves and their business. They're not happy with their income, their rank, their team. And a lot of times what we do is we look, instead of looking on the inside of ourselves, we look outside of ourselves, okay? We look outside of ourselves and we say, oh, well, if I was in another company, the grass is greener, I'll do better. And I'm gonna just say this, you know, I was in one company for 11 years and I left that company and went to another because that company got sold. The heart and soul of that company was left. All of a sudden overnight, 80% of the people weren't making the same amount of money. And sometimes you just have to make a difficult decision and you do leave. But I believe what's happening with people jumping from company to company to company is because they don't want to do the work and they want success now. So here's what I believe. I believe there are two things. Instead of worrying about these people leaving, I think what we need to learn to do is build a culture that people don't want to leave. So what happened for me when I built my organization, I really didn't have people leave me. I didn't have leaders leave my team. I'm not going to say everyone worked and everyone stayed, but it was hard for people to break and tear down my walls. It was hard for people to come in and destroy my fortress because I built a culture where people felt appreciated, recognized, they were getting paid, they were getting promoted. They felt so good and so wonderful that they were like, okay, so if I leave, what do you guys have that's better? And then when people can only talk about money, well, my comp plan is better than yours. Well, people are buying cars. Then people are like, but how, what they really want to know is, how will I feel? How do you make me feel? And so people don't remember everything you know. John C. Maxwell says people don't know how much you care don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, I'm gonna tell you that when people leave a company, it is usually because they don't feel appreciated. They don't feel appreciated. They don't feel respected. They don't feel recognized because people don't just join companies, they join people. So when someone joins your team because of what they thought they were going to get from you and from your leaders and that feeling, because guess what? You can make money anywhere. You can make money anywhere, but you don't feel loved and supported and appreciated anywhere too. So what I need you guys to understand is that when people leave, it's because they are feeling like they're missing something. They are not just leaving for money. There are a lot of people who do. There are a lot of people who are like, "Oop, there's more money over there." But that's a small percentage of the people who leave. When people leave, it's because they feel like they're going to get fulfilled someplace else. Yes, in a paycheck, but a lot of it is recognition. A lot of it is a chance to lead. A lot of it is a chance to be heard. A lot of it is a chance to be appreciated. So if you want to stop people from leaving, all right, you don't put down anybody else. You don't talk about other people. Never in the history of ever have I told people that company's no good, don't go over there. All I did was talk about how great they were, how great we were, and how wonderful we were going to live and be together. So I don't point out, I just point in. I don't look over them, I look at them. And I don't just speak at them, I speak to them and to their hearts. And I build a culture where people feel so amazing and so honored and so appreciated and so loved that they don't want to go anywhere else. I have done it for 20 years. I invest time in people. I don't spend time. I appreciate. I don't tolerate. And I don't make anybody feel like they are there for me. I feel like I am there for them. Y'all know the word. The word says that for you to lead people, basically you got to serve them. And that is one of the biggest mistakes network marketers make, is they think that once they get a team, those people are there to serve them. You are there to serve them, not them to serve you. And so when that happens and they feel like you have their best interests, when that happens and they feel like you know them, you care about them, you listen to them, and you really want to see them win, why would they leave that? Because that doesn't exist in the world. But you know why people leave? Because they're not getting that feeling, and they'll go jump for a check because they get jaded and they decide that's what I'll stay for. You know, back in the day, because y'all know I've been in network marketing a long time. Before we even had virtual anything, we didn't even have, I mean, it was a really long time ago. My leadership used to say, you need to know the color of the carpet in their living room. When they talked to us about leading our team, they would say, you need to know the color of the carpet in their living room. And that basically meant you had been to their homes. You had broken bread with them. You had sat down and you ate dinner with them. You actually took some time with them. Now, this was a time where we weren't traveling the way we do now, and we definitely weren't in a world where we were in a pandemic. But the principle is still the same. The principle is still the same. You still need to know the color of maybe not their carpet, but you need to know the color of the wall behind them when you're on the screen. You need to invest some time to get to know them beyond their ID number, their rank, and their volume, and how close they are to helping you get where you want to go. And this is what so many people in network marketing don't do. They just want to text you back, put in a video up in a unit in a group. Hey, I put you in the group. I did a post. Most of the people don't even see your post. And then on top of that, they still don't feel special. Now, I'm not saying that you should have a conversation with all the people on your team, but those people who are worthy, those people who are doing it, those people who deserve your time, you should give them a little bit. And they will appreciate it, and they will do more, and they will be some of the most loyal people. And I'm going to say this last thing on this topic, because this is very deep to me. The definition of leadership that I love, there's tons of them, but here's the one that I love, and I teach my divas. The definition of leadership is a person who helps someone. The definition of leadership is a person that helps someone go from where they are to where they've never been. So let me tell you when you know you're leading and these people aren't going to leave you. When you help a person go from being a jelly maker on third shift, making $4,000 or $5,000 a month and thinking that was about as good as it was going to get. When you go from helping a woman who is a wife and a mom and who doesn't have her own business, who doesn't really contribute to the household, who is feeling unappreciated and overlooked, when you help a school teacher believe that she can do more, when you help a high school dropout realize that they could still reach the top of the mountain, when you take a person from where they are to where they've never been, that person will be loyal to you for as long as they possibly can. Because there are not enough people in this world pouring into, investing, caring enough about people enough to say, well, this is where you are, where do you want to go? And I'm right here with you. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to train you, I'm going to care about you, and I'm going to push you on to where you want to go. That's not happening. And when someone finds that in someone else, they don't want to leave. And when you create a culture that takes people from where they are to where they've never been, they don't jump for the first shiny object. They don't jump for a new company. They don't jump for a better comp plan, because they know because of you, they are finally where they never thought that they could be. So that's how you protect yourself. And that's how you build a culture that very few, if any, will leave. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Hope you are enjoying the call. Hope you are enjoying the flight. Soon we are about to serve you with your dinner on this flight. We are about to take our dinner. So yes, we are going to take our dinner on the flight. The next is we almost done. We almost about to descend. We just the pilot just asked permission from the descend directives from the tower. So after the dinner, we'll buckle up our seat belts, and then we'll ask for top of descent. Now, my next question is this. You drop a lot of knowledge, a lot of nuggets, a lot of value. There was something you said I love so much, is that you said there are only two ways to build the tallest building. It's either you build yours or you tear down others' home. So all I want to know again, in fact, all we all here want to know is that we want you to tell us some of your secrets. This is going to be practical. Let's assume you meet someone for the first time. How do you enter their good books? As a business, how do you meet someone you see just now, maybe at a party, at the pool? How do you enter their good books? How do you connect practically? What are some of the words? Someone just sent me that question.
So just so you know, in my coaching group, I train my divas hard on this. And there's a lot of philosophy. One of the things that I do is not just teach the how-tos, but the why-tos. But to answer the question quickly, since I don't have that much more time, one of the best things to do, two things. Number one is have an intent to just connect and not to sell. Number two, compliment them. Compliment them. Be interested in them. All right? Talk about them. Listen to them. Do you know what everybody's favorite topic is? Themselves. So when you have an intent to actually get to know them, learn about them, and not sell, recruit, or prospect them, your intention actually vibrates higher with them. So their problem with a lot of us network marketers is we are there to recruit everybody. And if you are in my coaching group, amateurs recruit. You guys have probably heard this, professional sort, and I teach people how to do that right. But the problem is we're out and we're like, oh, he's sharp. Oh, she looks like she could do it. And we're after people just hungry, just, oh my gosh, desperate energy, trying to recruit someone and get this person who's going to blow up our business. And people can feel that vibe. They actually can feel that. And it is repelling. They don't like it. But if you slow down and you have an intention to just connect Do you have the intention to get to know? If you have an intention of just making a friend and you are willing to ask them questions and compliment them so you can get to know them, they will actually like you and want to get to know you. I have a saying, be interested so they find you interesting. In the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, he tells the story of Benjamin Disraeli being at a dinner party. And there was a man at the dinner party who was actually very well spoken and traveled. And he told one story after another about himself and his travels and all of the great things about him. And there was a lady who attended the party, and she spoke to this man, and then she had a conversation with Benjamin Disraeli. And at the end of the party, she said, the first man was very interesting. She said, but Benjamin Disraeli made me feel like I was very interesting. And that is the key. The key is make a person feel so amazing that they want to know you more. And the way you do that is have an intention to just connect, to learn about them, compliment them, and make them feel great about them. And that's the type of person who wants to be your friend for life.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The dinner is over. We are descending now. So I want to give you the chance to tell us, when I was trying to, in fact, some few years back, I was trying to find out more about what you do, and I followed you secretly. I've listened to a lot of your the secret group, a secret agent, and there were times I've read that you served in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Which of the wings, which of the aspects, what trade, and what were your duties in the Air Force?
I was just a regular airman. I served for 4 years. I actually was a supply and logistics troop. So I did not have a glamorous job at all. I supported the mission of the base. I literally delivered parts and supplies all over the base. I was a pickup and deliver. I was a UPS driver, basically, for the base. I drove trucks. I can drive 2.5-ton trucks. I can actually drive 3-ton trucks. I drive forklifts, hydraulic and electric parts from the warehouse. I stored them, and then I delivered them around the base. And it was very important that I did it timely, and I did it in a way that they felt good because I was supporting the mission. So, you know, I've been a very good follower in a lot of aspects of my life, which I believe is the reason why I'm such a good leader. So many people think it's about being the person at the top or being the person in front. It really is just being the best at whatever your role is. And your gifts will make way for you. So that's all I did in the Air Force. And I supported the mission. I was the friendly person that delivered everything around the base. I knew everybody and all the gossip. And I had friends all over that base. That's it. I also was a member of the Honor Guard and the Saber Drill team. So I did the military funerals. I did the 21-gun salute. I did the folding of the flag, and I did Saber Drill details. But I mean, it was 4 years. It changed my life. It was the best. It was exactly what I needed. It grew me up really fast, and it taught me honor. And it taught me what leadership looked like, the good and the bad, and it helped me make a lot of decisions on what kind of leader I wanted to be.
On this note, I want to salute you.
Thank you, my friend. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, but yeah.
I am still serving. I'm still serving with the Air Force.
Awesome.
Yeah. Then I built my business on part-time. I've been building network marketing for the past 7 years, part-time. So it's not easy. You know how the duties look like. So my final question, how did you normally, in this part of my world, I don't know your side, that some people even get afraid of me, that they don't want to join me because they believe that if their business doesn't go well, they cannot come to me because I'm in uniform. I might not be good with them to mingle with me. They're afraid of me. Did you ever encounter such? And what are some of, how did you possibly implement some of the tactics, the field crafts, the drills? How do you normally do that? How do you perfectly apply them on in the business field?
You know, that's a really good question. And it was something that I hear echo. It was something that I had to deal with myself because I served in the Air Force, and then I went from the Air Force into manufacturing. And in manufacturing, it's kind of a rough environment too, right? It's not all love and hugs. You get in, you do what you're told, you do it the way they want you to do it. So it was a lot. The manufacturing and the military kind of had a lot of the same thing. So when I started network marketing, I really did not have great people skills. If you were told to do something, you just did it. You didn't like ask a bunch of questions. You didn't argue. You didn't say, well, I think my way is better, especially if you had no proven success to even say anything. So when people would join my team and I would show them, hey guys, this is the system. This is how we do it. This is how I was taught. And this is why I was able to make this money. You just need to do it too. And people were like, I don't know. I think I have a better way. I was like, what? And I was just very rough with my team, to the point where they went to my leadership and they were like, she is just like, we don't want to be on her team. I had people who wanted to leave my team. And I had a really, really great upline leader and a mentor. He became a major mentor in my life. And he came to me. I remember he called me and he was like, Tiff, you just can't talk to people like that. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you just can't say that. They don't have to be here. They can quit. And then what's going to happen? You going to go back to the factory? And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't think about that. And he was like, they don't work for you. They are here because they want to be here. They don't have to be here. They could quit, join another team, join another company, not do this again. And you're making them feel like they work for you and they don't want another job. They just wanted a little business. And I was like, wow. And so he broke it down. He goes, you've got to stop doing this right now. He said, you learned a lot of good things about determination and leadership, but you have got to unlearn this stuff about how you speak to people. And that's when I dove into personal development on a level of people skills, communication, building rapport, leading from the front. And I went on, it was about almost 10 years that I worked on that. And what I realized is, number one, what we build is a volunteer army. They don't have to be here. Second thing I learned is you need people to like you. You need people to like you. And I grew up, I don't care if nobody liked me, they just got to respect me. That's what my mama used to say. No, in the world we live in today, you need people to kind of like you. Because if they don't like you, they will quit.
Oh my God.
And the world we live in today, they'll be making no money. Their business won't grow. They won't be doing anything, but they will quit and talk bad about you. So you can't please everyone. And I'm not the popular leader that's always trying to make friends, but you do need to be more likable. And the way I have learned to be more likable is to listen first, talk second. Another way I've learned to be more likable is to be honest with my situation and just be more vulnerable. I do not position myself as this perfect influencer that knows everything and never made a mistake. In fact, anyone who knows me, my style of coaching and leadership, I will tell you my faults. I will tell you my failures. I will tell you all my business so we can make it a teachable moment, and hopefully you will be able to avoid it too. And a lot of people don't do that. They position themselves as they're the greatest. I believe I'm pretty great, but it is only because I've turned obstacles into opportunities, and I believe my greatness comes from helping people do the exact same thing. So to you, my friend, if that's your challenge, or anyone else listening, you know, let go of the, you know, the stripes or the medals, then, or even if it's just them watching a live. Now they want to go to battle with you because they have a friend and they